Stop mixing your life with other people who don't have what you have or not on the same level as you are on, because that is happening a lot, and everybody feel like, oh, we can mix. We can. No,
No,
if
we
you
can't.
ain't lived the experience, if you don't have more than me, if you don't have anything that I desire to have, I don't want to hear nothing from you. Like, you could teach me what not to do. Thing with single people, stop trying to tell people in relationships what's wrong with their relationship. You don't know, baby. You don't have one.
Yeah.
Shh. Stay in your lane. Tell, like, all you could do is keep somebody single. All you could do is tell people what not to do, not what to do, because you don't know what to do to keep it.
True. Oh, well, yeah, you touched on what I was going to say.
Oh,
Because, you know me, who I don't like getting advice from.
here we go.
Divorced people. You can't tell me how to have a happy marriage. Clearly you failed. So how you going to tell me how to do this?
Hey y'all, I'm Kiki Hunter.
What's good, people? I'm Mark Hunter.
Welcome to the Hunt Life Podcast. We created this podcast to give a real view of life as millennials navigating the world.
Real life discussions about the struggles our generation go through, from family, love, and everyday life.
What's good, peoples? Hunt here.
Hey, y'all, it's Kiki.
Welcome to the Hunt Life Podcast, episode 43. Troy Polamalu.
How you making it?
Troy Polamalu is number 43 he used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the best safeties ever. Besides like Ed Reed, but Troy Polamalu. You tripping. Nah, that was a cold Steelers team back in them days. Like, that wasn't that long ago. That was like when we was like teenagers. He was playing for the Steelers. It could have been, I think he retired in like 12 or something like that. 12, 13, one of them. But yeah, Troy Polamalu. Welcome back, y'all. This is episode 43. And today we'll be talking about obligations.
Listen, because some of y'all need a hard lesson.
Yep.
I don't be trying to come on here and be hostile with y'all, but what's the deal? Like, what's going on?
Well, before we get into it, how was your week?
It was all a blur. I wish I could tell y'all what I be doing. I don't know. Listen, I don't know if this age is my memory slipping. I don't know. Y'all, I'm just gonna say I'm blessed to be here. Like, I don't know what I be fighting for my life a lot of the days. I'm not gonna hold you. Listen, I'm surviving. I'll keep on keeping on. It's just been busy. We had the launch. I had to launch it. I've been doing a lot.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes. Like, so on top of like just the everyday of operation of this household and having like a toddler and a preteen. Listen, life be life. So
doing your obligations.
That's that part. What about you?
Mixed emotions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because first of all, we still ain't get the Jeffrey Epstein list.
Ain't we still waiting on MLK?
That's not coming yet. That's coming afterwards. But that was the whole, they had 45 days to get everything ready.
And it's been that, ain't it?
Nah, it's only been like maybe 10 days. It ain't been that long.
It has been, Mark, that started in January.
Yeah, so 45 days from January, it's like 3 months. When you really break it down, from
30 days in a month.
Yeah, so I mean, okay, it's like 2.5 months. It still take a while.
A month and a half. 45 days.
Yeah, they saying within 45 days.
This started at the end of January.
Yes, the end of January.
Today the 28th day.
So that means that it's only been like a month. It could have been only like maybe 20-something days.
You need to come on. What y'all waiting on? Go on, drop the stuff. We already know. True. Go ahead. Hurry up.
But then also, I like that T-Man was up on Zelensky ass today.
Look,
like
that man is trending.
It's
crazy how everybody talking about that. That is crazy.
Him and our future president, J.D. Vance, like they was on that
Vance
boy.
Is a true millennial, baby. Yeah. Listen, making change. Listen, don't play with the boy. He be out here. He be on your behind. Vince don't play. He don't
Yeah.
play that. Like,
So
go find
political
somebody
wise,
else.
like, yeah, that was pretty cool. And then how like we showing our strength around the world. Cause this whole entire week, like Trump been flying around our B 52 bombers like around the world, like letting everybody know, like, all right,
Like, I'm,
we ain't one of them.
baby, listen. He said, "I'm
Just to
pushing
let
me. I'm
y'all
close to the
know that, like, yeah, we
edge."
back. This ain't none of that other stuff. Like, it's America. But
I
besides
like it.
that,
I like it a lot.
just mixed emotions with that. But obligations. Obligations is a tough one.
Is it?
To a certain extent.
Mm.
It's not tough if you know your obligations and you're willing to do it, but it's tough for some people to understand what obligations are
Wow.
because
Help
a
me.
lot of people are kids.
Ooh, grown
Yeah, grown
kids.
kids. Like it's a lot of grown kids. So that's the reason why it's kind of tough for a lot of people. Like for parents, we're obligated to take care of our kids and make sure that we do what? Make sure that we don't raise no SS.
Oh,
School.
I know. I get
Say,
it. I
yeah,
got it. I
we
had to
can't
listen to.
raise,
I
we're
got
not
it.
supposed to raise none of them. Make sure that we keep our kids on the straight and narrow so they don't be no convicts.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing your job, because that's your obligation, you're obligated to your kids to make sure that they're alive and they don't become a convict. And a lot of parents don't seem to care about that obligation.
Right.
But then also, them same parents be the main ones that be complaining, but trying to gloat like they're good parents, but clearly you're not because your kids are felon. So you're obligated. You screwed up. Your main obligation that you had to do your whole entire life, that you was put on this earth to do, and you failed that. But then when you come to single people, your obligations is much different from somebody that's in a marriage or somebody that's a parent or whatever.
Yeah.
But some of them people drop the ball on their obligations.
Mm-hmm.
Like a college student, your obligation as a college student is to do what? Finish college.
Yeah.
But some barely can make it past the second year.
Listen, college be colleging. Colleges be hard sometimes. Like, it's a lot. It's college can be a lot. As a college student myself, college can be a lot.
Yeah.
But that's the time. Okay, I give it to the college because that's the time where you start to learn really what obligation is. Like
Yeah.
that's really when, like, not obligation that other people put on you, but you have to start figuring it out for yourself. Right? I will say for a lot of us, that's why you typically have people who drop out, flunk out, because you
Straighten it
have to.
out.
Yeah, that too. Like because you that's the time for you to start figuring out who you are, what your obligations are, what your morals are,
Yeah.
like without anybody forcing you. Like up until like the age of 18 and you go off to college, everything is based on what your parents telling you to do. Like I told you, you obligated for your siblings. I told you this is like is you don't have really a choice, right?
Yeah.
College is like you start to figure it out and you're like, oh, I have to make going to class every day an obligation, right? I have to make studying an obligation so I can actually finish this, right? Because nobody's gonna make me get up. Nobody's gonna make me go to class. Nobody's gonna teach me how to like budget my money so I have enough food to eat, right? Like
Yeah.
nobody's gonna teach you that stuff. Nobody's gonna make you do it. It's just you do it or you don't. So that's your first introduction into like actually having obligations. Actually, like now that I'm thinking about it, but so I get that to them, but like once you have if you don't get a sense of that at a certain age, everything else that follows behind it is just you might as well call it quits. You just might chalk it up because it's milestones.
Yeah.
Like everything is a milestone. And some people out here 30 and 40 years old because you didn't get that during the college stage, you out here at your 30, 40-year-old self trying to do it now. You out here trying to live your life being rebellious towards your parents. You want to be out here drinking like crazy, tattooing, piercings. You want to do all the stuff that you should have been doing in college, but you missed your mark. That's not okay. You now have an obligation to probably be a parent. You now probably have the obligation of taking care of your parents who may be sickly. You might have the obligation
Don't get me
of,
started on them.
yeah, I know,
Because they got
but
obligations
they
and
have
they don't do
obligations
their
too.
obligations.
Yeah. But if you're single, your obligations, and that's the thing too. I think we need to stop mixing this pot.
Yeah.
Stop mixing the pot between somebody single and somebody married. Stop mixing your life with other people who don't have what you have or not on the same level as you are on, because that is happening a lot, and everybody feel like, oh, we can mix. We can. No,
No,
if
we
you
can't.
ain't lived the experience, if you don't have more than me, if you don't have anything that I desire to have, I don't want to hear nothing from you. Like, you could teach me what not to do, right? Like, that's all I can learn from you.
Yeah.
Because if we on the same level, we people to vent about our struggles together, right? We can bond over that. We can like keep each other encouraged. But real advice on how to get there, we both still trying to figure it out. So how you gonna tell me if you don't know?
Yeah.
Same thing with single people. Stop trying to tell people in relationships what's wrong with their relationship. You don't know, baby. You don't have one.
Yeah.
Shh. Stay in your lane. Tell, like, all you can do is keep somebody single. That's it. That's all. Like, it's everybody feel like they can give advice on certain stuff. No, you can't be out here giving advice on relationships if you ain't in one. You don't have one. You can't hold one down. You all you can do is tell people what not to do, not what to do, because you don't know what to do to keep it.
True. Oh, well, yeah, you touched on what I was going to say.
Oh,
Because you know me, who I don't like getting advice from.
here we go.
Divorced people. You can't tell me how to have a happy marriage. Clearly you failed. So how you going to tell me how to do this? I don't like that. I don't care how many years you was married. The only way I'm taking advice from a person that's not with a significant other if they're a widow.
Yeah.
But if you divorced, oh nah, you can't tell me nothing. Especially not no man that divorced a woman. Not especially not no man that had a woman divorce him.
I
Nah.
don't think you tell me what not to do. Like,
And then
you see
actually,
me
I still
doing
don't
it, just
care.
like I
I
did
don't care.
that. Hey, that right there, I did it, and that's why I'm divorced. Like, then it's like, okay, I might need to.
I guess nah. I mean, I don't
But
care.
I'm saying,
Like, I
don't
don't
say
take
nothing
advice
to
from
me.
failures. Like, that's not in
Oh,
my repertoire. Like, I don't take advice from failures. I don't really take a lot of advice from people that's at the same level as me. Meaning that if we're both business owners and
mm-hmm.
your business ain't got no better ROI than mine, I'm not taking no advice from you. For what?
That's what's up.
I'm not obligated to hear what you got to say because you want to be so-called a coach online. An Instagram coach,
Yeah,
I mean, no, I mean, and like that shit damn near not real.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah,
Like that's some made up stuff that them people in Atlanta came up with.
it's not the
They did. We ain't hear nothing about no Instagram coaches until Atlanta called themselves want to start talking about Instagram coaches. Before that, there was only what? Mentors. It's
yeah,
nothing
mentorship.
wrong with a mentor. A
Yeah,
mentor is not a coach. A mentor is somebody that takes you under their wing
that
and
shows
actually
you.
teaches you the game and actually help you get put into the position that they're in.
But you
A
can't do that if
coach,
you ain't got, you ain't even got there.
yeah, a coach is just somebody that's like, peep game. All right, we say this in the NBA. LeBron James ain't win all the championships because he had a good coach. He won them championships because of the refs. Now he won the championships because he's
Mark,
LeBron
that is so
James.
childish.
Like that's LeBron James. He won because of that.
Yeah,
Steph Curry and them, yes, they won because they had a good coach, but they also that's Steph Curry.
if he gonna shoot them threes.
A coach is only somebody that can guide you to a certain direction.
Yeah.
But also with Steph Curry coach
Mm-hmm.
with with Kerry, he also won championship rings with Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you can guide this point guard into how to be an actual premium point guard.
Yeah. Because they had the experience. Like,
Yeah,
but even for them to be coaches, they have to
you
show
have
that
to
they have
have experience.
experience to
Yeah,
coach these people who have this type of thing. You got to have it still. Like, you still got to have the thing to be. We
yeah.
all can't be trying to figure it out together. It's just,
That be the part that drive me crazy.
yeah.
You a coach, but we damn near doing the same thing. your view's the same as mine. Your
It's
life's
the
the same as
Instagram
mine.
culture, it is what's so speaking of Steph Curry, because
That goes along into
yeah,
what this is.
Aisha has been getting a little bit of flack because she said that her husband comes first. And I know this conversation is for me,
It's
it's
annoying.
redundant. Yeah. It's annoying,
Redundant
it's
too. That's just
redundant.
a bigger level
Like
word
it
of annoying. Like it is.
because here's the thing. So pose the question for all you people watching. Does your spouse come first? Drop that in the comments. I want to hear it. What do you think?
Yeah.
Join this conversation. Let us know. How do you feel? Does your spouse come first? And what do y'all think that means when you say that? Because I think a lot of people are under the impression that you just abandon the kids. Like, oh, maybe let me rephrase.
A lot of
Do your
single
stance.
people believe that. Single women and single minded women.
Mm,
Those are the only ones that's sitting out here that's running around here talking about my kids come first. You don't never hear no dude say that his kids come first. Yeah, we like our kids do come within the line, but most dudes that are married are aware that their wife come first and then their kids come first.
mm,
Just like even the conversation with who eat first. Most dudes don't mind getting a plate first, but the thing is when they are kids, they are under the age of 10 years old. It's nothing wrong with the damn kids eating food first. They're
a
kids.
kid.
Once they become teenagers, that's two totally different things. But I feel like that's not, it's too many single people. Once again, there's no separation.
Yeah.
You're trying to tell people what to do in a marriage.
Yeah.
Don't feed that man first. Make sure you feed them kids first. No, get a husband first. Like that's the part that be like with this, because it all goes hand in hand with obligations.
No, it
Because
does.
these be the same ones that feel like that we're obligated, as in married men, we obligate to help you. We obligated to make sure that all women is out here safe. Cap, we ain't obligated to do none of that. If women actually listen to what men had to say, would we be in this situation that we in now? Nah. If we was in this situation, it wouldn't be no Kelly Bryant's. It wouldn't be all this extra
Clock
stuff
that
that's
T.
going
How
on,
y'all
like
do it?
bro.
Clock it.
Because like in all honesty, this year
Clock it.
women been getting exposed when it comes to raising their kids.
It is. We're gonna hold on there. We're gonna hold on there. We're
like,
gonna hold on there. Wait a minute, throw the towel.
like it's
Wait
real
a
though. But like,
minute.
nah, we're not obligated to like watch after single women out here. The only thing that men are obligated to do that's not your father is to make sure that the elderly is taken care of
Mm-hmm,
and making sure that the kids is not like being abused and stuff like that.
mm-hmm.
But anything else, nah, we're not obligated to do that. I'm not finna put my life on the line for some random female out here.
You hear that? Cause he would never.
Like, why would I do that? Like, I have a family. My
Come
family come
home.
first. My obligation is to my
Right.
family.
Not my man, not my husband.
So why
Y'all
would
help us
I
go find
screw my
somebody
family
else.
over to protect
Hey.
somebody that ain't did nothing for me?
Because and that's the thing. That's not a lot of women don't understand that is not the obligation. If that man single or in a relationship, no man, even men who are single are not obligated to be a protector to you. You are not the only people that are obligated to protect you is your husband and your daddy. That's it. If you missing out on one of them or both of them, baby, I gotta pray about it, and then go find it. Like go find the husband. Go like find your solution. But a random man is not obligated to protect you. He's not obligated to come to your defense, right? And even with going back to the Aisha situation, it is my obligation as a wife to place my husband first. It is God and then your husband or your wife. That is how that's literally, and then it's the children. Don't argue with me, baby. Argue with the Bible. I didn't say it. I'm just the messenger. All right. That's all this is. And if y'all want to be like everybody not religious, again, baby, we believe in the Lord over here.
Yeah.
So
So you on the wrong
yeah,
podcast.
that is not how we do stuff. It is a book to tell you how to do this. Everybody say again, it ain't a book to tell you how to do it. Actually, it is. Y'all just don't like what it says. That is the order. It is God, your husband or your wife, and then your children. My husband comes first. That is my obligation as his wife to make sure that I am tending to him, to make sure that I am praying for him, to make sure that I am covering him, to make sure that I am there and to fill in the places that he cannot. That is my job. It is his obligation to protect me. Any man that is going to take a bullet for you and give his life for you, that is his obligation to me. He made that promise to the Lord. That is what he said he was going to protect me, right? That's his obligation to protect his family, his wife and his children, not his mama, not his siblings, not his cousins. Like, that ain't his obligation. Y'all should have had somebody. That's no longer his obligation once he gets married. A random man that is not married to you is not obligated to protect you, is not obligated to go 50-50 with you. He's not obligated to pay no bills. He's not obligated to do absolutely nothing for you. Y'all having a lot of conversations in realms that these conversations shouldn't even exist. If y'all are not married, it's no such, that's why y'all having a 50-50 conversation. Why would you want the benefits of being a husband or a wife without actually doing it, without actually having the work being done? Because you don't want the obligation that you are now going to be under. That's what a lot of y'all don't want to say. And then with the men, y'all want women to be out here protecting y'all. The thing is with that is you show how ungrateful you are when y'all constantly try to make this a requirement. Well, a real man should just do it. Actually, that makes him a simp for doing that. It's not his obligation to do it, and that does not challenge his manhood because he chooses not to, because he's not obligated to you. And you show just how ungrateful you are when you bash him in one sentence and then tell him to protect you in the next. That is ungrateful, because where's the thank you? Because you did not have to risk your life. You did not have to get involved. You don't know how this is going to go. That's what women don't understand. It's
The hypocrisy.
disrespectful. That too.
The hypocrisy. We can't tell you that you a real woman, but you could tell us that we not a real man. The hypocrisy. Where's the village? Find a husband, make one.
Yeah, like it's different. I think what people don't understand is obligations are non-negotiable.
Nope.
When you're obligated to do something, you literally have to do it. You don't get to pick and choose what you do not want to do when you're obligated. You get to pick and choose when it's a pick and choose situation. What you want for dinner is a pick and choose. Like, you needing food is an obligation. Your body needs that for you to keep going. Like, that's now you eating excessively is a want. That's not, then you not obligated to do that. Y'all have to understand that an obligation is something that you are required to do. It does not matter how you feel today. It doesn't matter what you think of somebody today. It doesn't matter nothing about what is going on. You having a bad day, it does not matter. My obligations to my kids is still going to be my obligations to my kids. My obligation to them is to love them, to nurture them. Why are so many women complaining online about being mothers when you're obligated to do this? You have kids. You are obligated to nurture your kids. You are obligated to teach your kids. You are obligated to be there for your kids. That's your obligation, to protect your kids. Literally, it's not a choice. It should not. Y'all putting choices on things that are not a choice. It's black and white. It's right or it's wrong. It ain't no, this can be colorful. If this can be many views. No, it can't. It's right or it's wrong. One of the two. So with that, I'll answer the question. Yes, my husband, I think, did I answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, my husband comes first. Does that mean I abandon my kids? Absolutely
My
not.
wife come
But
first, but that don't mean I abandon my kids.
we have an obligation to still like each other and love each other and be happy with each other after our kids get grown and go live their own lives.
Yep.
We got to be stuck here. We have to be the ones who are going to continue our life after they are gone. My son not gonna have to worry about, oh, I gotta make sure my mama's straight. My mama got a husband.
Yep.
So he just gotta make sure he's straight for his wife. That's all my sons have to worry about. In the event that something happened to one of us, they are obligated. They're not obligated, but if we raise them correctly, they are put in a place to be able to take care of us if they see fit. But they are not obligated to take care of us. The only way that is an obligation is if one of us become widowed, and that is in the Bible. Again, you can argue with the Lord, baby. Don't argue with me. All right? He told you to take care of the widowed and the orphans, the elderly and the kids. That is what is in there. So that is under certain circumstances, but my kids are not obligated to do anything for me. It's my obligation to go get what I need for my life. My husband is going to be he was a part of my life before we had kids. He's going to be a part of my life after they leave. Yep. So why would I not tend to that? Why would I not nurture that? Why would I abandon that part of my life for something that's going to be temporary? Raising kids is temporary. Women are not obligated to have kids just because a man wants kids. Find you somebody who don't want kids. Nobody told you had to have kids, but once you do have them, you're obligated to take care of them. So choose very wisely with that. But
more of the story, man, you have obligations and you have to complete them.
And it's boundaries. Obligations require boundaries.
I know y'all might not be, I know y'all probably tired of hearing it, but boundaries is the key.
You have to have boundaries. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people's not going to like that. Your mother, you're not obligated to take care of your mama. A little boy right now is fighting for his life in the jail cell because he decided to defend his mama at 15. And now he could possibly go to jail for God knows how many years.
Mm-hmm. A little boy right now.
Defending his mother. Mm-hmm. You are not obligated to protect your mama. You're not obligated to take care of your mama. You're not obligated to be a shoulder for your mama to lean and cry on. That is, what's the word? That's just downright trifling. Your mama missed the mark somewhere. Mm-hmm. Somewhere else down the line, she didn't do something she was supposed to do. If she's using y'all as her mental and emotional crutch, if she's using you as a replacement for the man that she does not have, because the only person that is supposed to provide for her and the only person that is supposed to be there and check in on her and do all this extra stuff that she wants to be done is her husband. And if she missed that, oh well, it's not the son's problem to do that. Vice versa. The daughters, is not your obligation to walk in your mama's shadows. It's not your obligation to take care of her. It's not your obligation to be there for her every beck and a call to a point where you're not living your life because you're so busy trying to live with her.
True.
Like, we gotta learn how to put boundaries on stuff. Everything has an obligation. And when you are obligated to do these things, do what you're obligated to. Stop picking and choosing which obligations you want to take on. Obligations are just that. If you have not taken the steps to make this person a priority, which starts to be an obligation, then you're not responsible for them people.
True.
That's your husband and your children are your obligations. How they turn out is on you.
Up to you.
You were obligated to take care of them. You was obligated to bring them up and raise them. And if they turn out wrong, that is on you. I don't give a damn what a lot of these parents want to be out here talking about. Well, they gonna do what they want to do anyways. No, you didn't do what you were supposed to do.
Yep.
Say that.
Yep. Nah, but that means that they gotta point the finger back at themselves and show
nobody want to take accountability.
So, and that goes with multiple things.
True.
But with that being said, we got some questions.
We do got questions. I hope they made sense, y'all. But let's see. So the first question is,
You said you was gonna have it kept up.
Well, it was, and it disappeared. That's crazy. It sounds like this phone. But I remember them though. So the first question was Charleston White, how do you feel about what he said about black men are not respected? Nobody cares about a black man until he's unalive. That was the first question.
Oh well.
How do you feel about that?
Not only just a black man, I feel like don't nobody respect the man in general until they gone because one, it's broken down into multiple things. So I'll touch on the part about kids first.
Okay.
Your kids don't understand the way that you are until they are put in a situation to where they have kids. So they don't like your kids will love you, they will respect you, but when they become an adult and they have kids of their own, like that's when they really like understand and respect you and get why you were the way that you were.
Yeah, I get
Why I
that.
told you you needed to have a bedtime.
Yeah.
Why I told you that this person not the right person to hang out with.
Yeah.
Why I told you the type of women that you shouldn't be with
Yeah.
or the type of man that you shouldn't be with.
Yeah.
So like kids don't really like love and miss you until they're actually an adult and they can look back upon like all the stuff that you taught them.
Yeah.
Now, for your external family, when you stop doing the stuff that you used to do,
Yeah.
they don't realize how much you've done until you're not around.
Mm.
Then that's when they realize that nah, they actually did a lot for us to put us in this situation or just for us to be like straight. For your wife, yeah, your wife will respect you and love you for the simple fact of that you made sure that she was straight, but she really misses you when you gone because you're a part of her.
Yeah.
Because if you married and you've been married for a while, like y'all become one. So she don't really some of the time the stuff that we do for our wives, it kind of sort of goes like over their head
Mm-hmm.
because y'all don't understand a lot of the things that we do. And it's not that we don't like mention it because it's not really some of the time about mentioning it. It's just more so we do it because we're obligated to do it.
Yeah.
So until we're gone, that's when people understand, like, well, dang, boys was doing this. Like, God, dog, I gotta go put some gas in my car.
Yeah. Like that whole pretty much you don't miss it until it's you don't miss what you got till it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's a human thing. I think we don't always because it's not necessarily some of y'all are ungrateful, but some people are ungrateful. But some people it's not even out of a point of being ungrateful. I think it's just the human we miss really the little things. Like
Yeah.
it's the little things that we go through every day that we don't necessarily always fully pay attention to, but it's being done and we don't pay attention to it until we don't have that access to it anymore.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh my God, he used to do this, right? I can only imagine. That's why I always like if I see a widow and they like tell me, they lost their husband or something like that. My heart always go out because I'm like, girl, how are you? Like, I don't think I'd have it in me, like, to be able to. Because I like a lady stopped me in Walmart one year and was like telling me about her husband who had passed away and stuff like that. And I was just like, she dropped the gem on me, but like I could not, imagine not having my husband. Like I know a lot of people be like, I don't need him. I just, you should just be okay with being wanted. No, you should want to need your husband because that means the little things that he's doing for you that you're not paying attention to because you don't think it's that big of a deal or I can do it myself. You're taking him for granted. Ultimately, that's what I'm saying. Women we don't understand that sense of our safety where we feel like we could just be out here doing whatever we want is provided by men anyways because men are going to be men. They are natural born protectors. So that's why we feel like we can walk our behinds around here and just do whatever, because somewhere it's gonna be some man that's sitting in the back ready to protect and serve. That's just what it is, right? My husband may not do it, but it's gonna be some men out there that's just gonna do it, right? So that's why you feel that sense of I can do whatever I want. But that is one of the most underrated things when women say, well, what can a man do for me? He can protect you. Like, if that is your husband or your father, they will literally give their life for you. Like, it's no ultimate sacrifice than that. Protection goes a long way. You can't do the same for him. Like, that's that women do not understand that. So I do get what you're saying with we don't understand the little things that y'all do. Even like keeping the household sane,
Yeah.
right? Because I ran a lot. I go off the rails about a little bit of everything, right? So I don't feel the need to come to social media and tell y'all everything or like rant. It's probably y'all probably would like that as much as I should, because before I get to y'all, he didn't heard me already, whether he wanted to hear me or not. So it's those little things like to pick up the phone and not be able to rant to him the way that I'm used to ranting to him. It'd be those little things in those moments like, dang,
Yeah.
I don't have like, so it's just that like it's the small little senses of comfort that you get that goes a very, very long way. So I get what you're saying.
Excuse me, man. I cut the grass today, man. These sinuses is whooping me.
He was literally out in the yard for a long time. I told him
Springtime, so you gotta. Well, it
spring
is spring. It's
is
spring into
here.
Texas, so
Yeah,
it's
spring
that
in
whole
Texas.
getting
Finally.
everything cut up, and just the whole neighborhood been going hard all week.
Yeah.
I was just last to the thing because all our neighbors around us was out there Tuesday.
Yeah, they was
Like,
out. Yeah, they was out. They always beat us. They every year. It ain't even important no more. All right, and then the next question. Well, more so, y'all want to y'all be wanting reactions out of me, and I don't know why. Like he stated earlier, the how do I feel about the woman that was found that went to jail after Valentine's Day
Kelly
for
Bryant,
Kelly Bryant. How do I feel about the Kelly Bryant situation? Um,
right in jail.
for y'all that don't know, Kelly
I think she
Bryant
deserved a
was.
DP.
For people who don't know the story, if you just have not been on social media, it's still unraveling, so it's still really, really new. Kelly Bryant was arrested for abandoning her 3 kids in a house for years.
Under the age of 15.
Under the age of 15. She left them with nothing. They were not going to school. She literally abandoned these kids while she was out living her very best
She
life.
left in like 21, like in 2021, 2020.
And
Like,
she's been gone up until now.
she just be dropping off little care packages to them for food and stuff.
Yeah. So catch y'all up. Um, I feel like I feel about all mothers who abuse their children because that's abuse.
Yep.
I think that she gets whatever she deserves.
Yep.
In the worst way. I think that she needs to be made an example of when you decide to not take care of your obligations because them kids are not asked to be here. And she has 4 kids. The fourth one went with her dad, went with their dad. So I'm not sure if it was a girl or boy. But the fourth one went with her dad. Turns out, of course, the kids' fathers were not involved. They all had the same dad. It was a boy and then 2 girls. He was in jail because it's gonna be some mama. Well, where was their dad? He was in jail. When he got out, he tried to file to see them. He tried to file for, I think, half custody, I believe. I don't fully know that part, but I do know he filed to try to see them, right? She did not show up to court. That's what I know. When she could have just simply did the same thing and gave him his kids, right? So she had no sympathy for her kids. So I don't got no sympathy for her. Like, I think they need to throw the book at her. You left these kids. The oldest son is, I think they said he's 15. But so that means when she left, he was
Like 10,
10.
10, 11.
That's very young. And the girls are younger than him. So they were about 6, 7. Right? I don't want people to look at this story and be like, oh, they were teenagers. Go back 5 years to the age they were when they left, when she decided to leave them. Those were little kids. That's downright evil.
Yeah.
That is evil because you had them kids living in filth. Them kids was found with feces all over the wall. The tub had backed up. The sewer was backing up. They hadn't showered in years. The little boy only had not touched grass in years. Like, they were sleeping on pizza boxes. Like, that's pure fucking evil.
Yeah.
When you was out here living your best life, you stopped paying rent where them kids was laying their head, which was already disgusting. You wouldn't put an animal into that type of environment. But you thought it was okay to let your kids stay there, and then you stopped paying rent there? Girl, you deserve to be dragged in whatever vehicle that they choose. Like, that's how I feel about that. Yeah, listen, it's stories like that that take me out, because that's why I keep saying we got to stop the narrative. All mothers are good mothers, all mothers are not good mothers. A lot of y'all are downright trifling and evil, and I ain't trying to keep talking about y'all every episode, but every episode is another one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not making this stuff up, y'all. Like, every episode is a new one. And we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, we have to talk about it. We are a family podcast. We talk about everything: family, marriage, relationships, love. This is a part of it. Because again, we would not be doing this if it was not for our kids. The whole point is to make a better future for them. How can we do that when it's kids that's still being broken today that is going to be a part of the future?
Yeah.
These kids have not had an education in years. That means the last time that little boy went to school was 4th or 5th grade. The last time those little girls went to school was 1st grade.
Yeah. If they went to school then.
Yeah, because it was in COVID. So I'm like, if CPS, I need people to start using CPS as an excuse. Or people don't discipline their kids because clearly CPS ain't out here doing their job.
Yeah.
School teachers need to be held accountable. This is the second case that has happened with students that was going to public schools who did not report anything, did not do anything, and they are legally obligated to tell authorities when something seems off, when it seems like abuse, when it seems like neglect. They are obligated to do this, and they're not.
Yep.
That they should be held accountable.
The grandparents should be held accountable, because
how you ain't seen these kids in years. That says a lot about you.
The neighbors, like, everybody failed them kids. By the grace of God, them kids are still alive and doing and thriving and stuff to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But they not really like hurt like that, because they just assume that it is what it is.
They're not hurting now, and my heart goes out, and I'm really, 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 really praying for them, because they are kids. And what I think people don't understand is the way kids interpret things. They're slow to the uptake.
Yeah.
They're very slow to understand what's happening to them and process the things that are happening to them. In the next couple years, especially the oldest son, as he gets older and he understands what's happening and what his mother did to him, them kids are going to have a lot of mental and emotional trauma. They already have it. They just don't know how to process it. When they start to process it, it's going to mess with them.
Yeah.
And I pray that they are strong enough, because they made it through. So clearly they strong kids. That they can make it through the trauma of healing that. Because that is going to be hard. But my prayers go out to the kids.
Yep.
But to her,
It is
Baby,
what it is.
she can ride in hell for all I care.
And this is not the last time we're gonna talk about this because we're gonna do some more deep diving into this, and
Yeah.
this
Be on
might
the
end up being
live.
a live. So
Yeah.
like we're gonna continue to do some deep diving in this and do some more research so we can get some more information on this, so we can bring it to you guys. I mean, because this is part of life. So part of by doing what we do is we gotta we
Making
gotta
y'all
give the bad
aware.
examples, make y'all aware of the stuff because stuff like this will go under the radar, and that's what they want. They want it to go under the radar,
Yeah.
because that's the narrative that they pushing.
We can't change what we don't acknowledge.
Yep. If we're gonna be millennials making changes, we gotta be able to pray about it and make the change that it
And
gotta
make the
be.
changes. Make it be aware of it. And then make the change and hold these people accountable.
Excuse
Bring
me.
shame back. Like we need to start shaming these people. We hold them to the fire about this stuff. Like that's what we gotta start doing.
And with that being said, I'm Hunt.
Oh, but first, thank y'all for sending us the questions.
Yeah.
And tap
Keep them
in.
going.
Yeah, keep sending us stuff. You see something you want us to react to it, please keep sending it to us. To me or to him. Call, send it to us. But we thank y'all. Keep them coming. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this episode. And comment, join the conversation. Comment below. How do you feel about this situation? Are we tripping? What are your thoughts about her? What are your thoughts about obligations to your family and your spouse? How do you feel about do you put your spouse first? Do your spouse come before your kids?
With that being said, I'm Hunt.
I'm Kiki.
This is the Hunt Life Podcast. Hunt Life.
Live dreams. Bye, y'all.
What's good, people? Before y'all leave, don't forget to like, share, and comment. Oh, and follow us at
Hunt Life the podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and here on YouTube. Please hit the subscribe button. You can also find me at I'm the Key on Instagram, and you can follow us on Hunt Life Code on Instagram and TikTok.
And you can find me on Mr. Hunt Bubbles on everywhere. Mr. Hunt Bubbles on everything, and also Hunt Files. And don't forget, if you got any comments or any statements or anything that you want to leave us, you can always find us up on Instagram and Hunt Life the podcast. Have a great day, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Hunt Life, live dreams.